Hi, everybody, and welcome once again. This is TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And this is me, Oberon, with my outlook on the emotional exchanges. And it's kind of been changed to new format. I just sort of want to get it out there because I think we're all on the go. So here we go. I have to bring up my reading. One moment. Alrighty. And it's no longer astrologically based. Basically, it's based on your relationship status or whether you have no relationship. So I call that the singles, seeking, or settle. And so singles are people who are mostly in this reading not really looking for a relationship. So what is implied with the cards for them is what is it they love? What are their fantasies or whatever you want to call that they are very emotionally in tune with, And then seeking are those who are looking for a relationship, and that means whether or not they're in one already. So it could just be, that kind of thing, but we don't ask questions here. And then finally, settled is somebody who is settled in some sort of relationship. So they are not necessarily seeking a relationship. What is it that they are passionate about? It probably could be like the singles. Maybe they have some particular hobby or sport or interest that really emotionally cuddles them. So here we go, and I have a series of questions, so we'll get started right to it, and we'll go through each one as they apply to singles, seeking, or settled. So first, how can I be better at communicating my feelings? Singles have the Eight of Swords reversed, and it says in your head. And so if you've been feeling as a single that you've been sort of masquerading yourself or hiding yourself in some way, limiting yourself, holding yourself back, you would be better if you're just more honest and try to attempt to be outgoing. There's really no other end about it for you as a single person who is maybe just wanting to get along with people and get along, but you just really have to be pretty clear, I think, about what it is you want to communicate about. So then what does that mean for somebody who is seeking? And they have the reversed Five of Cups. It's called flutes here. And it says butterflies, Five of Flutes, Five of Cups. So butterflies in the stomach, whatever, but it's reversed. And so communicating your feelings for those who are seeking a relationship may need to mean that if you've been holding on to something from the past that emotionally is very unhappy to you, you have to learn ways of letting that go. Or whenever you are communicating your feeling, to not always reference yourself to that, especially if you are seeking somebody but you keep mentioning somebody that you're no longer involved in. Sort of makes sense. So then finally, those who are settled, not necessarily seeking any kind of relationship, how could you be better at communicating your feelings? And it's major arcana, the moon, but it's reversed. Well, I think this sort of indicates that maybe you hold back. And this is saying, really, if you're holding secrets about yourself or anything, it's kind of like with the first one, with that Eight of Swords reversed. You have to really be honest. In anything of an emotional relationship, honesty is always going to be the best policy. All right, let's go to our next question then. And that question is what you might be seeking available? And these are week by week, so I take it like what really is driving your emotional happiness one week may not be the same the next week. But here we go anyways. Is what you seek available, singles? And it's the Lovers reversed. And this could be saying that it would be a bad choice to go in this direction if you pursue it. So it is either not available or there really would be a bad choice here. It would be a choice of, something bad over something that could be much better. There's always that hint with the Lovers reverse that it's sort of leading you into an obsession that will have, or a passion that will have a bad consequence for you. What if you're seeking a relationship? What kind of is that relationship available? It's the Queen of Cups upright. It probably is. The Queen of Cups represents somebody that has an open heart and is warm and generous, and somebody maybe who could be, open to emotional attention. So probably that's a yes there. What about those who are settled in their relationship? And is what you seek available? It's the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Mirrors in this suit. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that it just seems like it would cause a lot of grief in some ways. You may feel like maybe you're sorry for this person for some reason, but it seems like Mr. O has a dry throat. Nothing really would work out without causing a lot of grief and pain. I am so sorry about that. All right, let's move on to the next question then. And the next question is, how can we set healthy boundaries? Boy, I'm going to want to shuffle our cards. Really good for this one. And I do hope that if you like this reading, you'll let me know. You can write us at the Gmail below there, or you can leave a message or a comment on this video. But do you like it better than the Zodiac reading? Do you think I should do something altogether different? Let me know. All right, so for singles, how can you set healthy boundaries between yourself and others in terms of normal relationships without being chaotic or whatever? And it's the Wheel of Fortune reversed. It's called Destiny here. It's just a pair of dice, but so setting boundaries maybe is going to involve feeling where you're going to be luckiest, feeling where things are not necessarily haunting you or causing, some sort of bad vibrations around you. It's kind of going to be really tuning in to yourself, using your instinct as much as possible. But what if you're seeking a relationship? How do you set a healthy boundary? Oh, I don't know. It's the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is upright, and it says red flags. It almost feels like this is saying, that you could have the perception of a hardship or a heartbreak or a breakdown in communications or in a relationship, and you may want to just not necessarily give it more power. This is going to be really delicate. If there's something that's volatile going on between you and someone else, or between you and a few other people, what if you're settled? How do you set that healthy boundary? And it's the Seven of Swords reversed. And you may have to make amends in some way. That if something was hurt or taken or betrayed in some way and you were involved in this, then you kind of have to fess up to it. You kind of have to atone in some way. And it sounds bad, but it feels like you need to bring it back to normal. You need to bring some justice here. All right, so that was our questions, but now we have one final pull from the card deck, and this is for everyone, whether they are single, settled, or seeking. And that question is, how can everyone express universal love, unconditional love? How can people be better? How can we be kinder? What are the things we need to think about, keep in mind, or actually put into practice? It's the Ace of Swords. It says red meat. And the Ace of Swords, I would say it's a cautionary tale against being too aggressive, making too many assumptions when you begin new relationships. It's an ace, when you're making a new relationship, even with your peace with the world, make sure that the amount of balance is there that you need between your more aggressive side and maybe the more kind side. Watch for things that might trigger you emotionally speaking. Just this afternoon, there was a shooting at a nearby Jewish synagogue in the area that I live in, and there's a great deal of upset. And so it would be wise and rational for people to wait until more is known, to think things through before they act on certain assumptions. And that's the Swords. Swords is about the mental, the clarity of thinking. Something to think about. So I'm going to thank everybody once again for coming to my show. I hope you got something out of it. Please do let me know what you think of this reading. Don't forget that they are for the week only. So next week, I will be back with the same questions and maybe better cards. You never know. Tomorrow, watch Happy Hour. Happy Hour is going to be later tomorrow because I'm working earlier in the day. So, no, wait, I'm sorry. Take it back. There is no Happy Hour this Saturday, tomorrow. There's an appointment I have in the afternoon, and I'm sorry. So see us on Sunday at our live stream from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But earlier in the day, join us at Banshee's Material Matters at 10 a.m. And we are live in the chat room for her recorded reading. It's the best financial advice she can give you, and it's pretty good stuff. So you want to check it out. Plus, the Tarot Tribe convening in the chat room is always lots of fun and lots of support. So take care, everyone, and I will see you next Friday on Oberon's Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. Bye-bye.